for so long. You can look for the meaning anyway, as the meaning of mostly claims is based on claiming that Langer has 6 letters and Muffin has 7, and the two meaning is 3. In short, 6-7 is one of those trends that is always done against all odds and ensured its own survival many months after it began. It's insane how far 6-7
Alright guys, let's go on YouTube. We're gonna be looking more into all this Iran stuff that's going on. Before I do, I want to see if this guy posted any video that we can see if he can give us some more information. Hold on, just give me a second, chat. Alright, there's some stuff. Alright, let's get right into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, so this wasn't AI. I saw Asman chat. He made well, in the recent video that he posted.
What's this cool trick, Raph? What's this cool trick, Raph?
In the recent video that he posted, this man showed this video, like this exact one that we're looking at, but everybody thought that it was like AI or some shit because there's no way that all these people could be here. But I don't know, dude. It kind of looks legit.
There is a brutal massacre happening all over Iran right now. Ayatollah Khamenei can feel that this protest is different than the previous ones. And that's exactly why Iranian forces are now killing protesters at a level we have never seen before. The internet in this country is still down, and now they're going after users who are using Starlink. That means getting any information about protesters and Iranian crimes is getting harder and harder. One message that was sent out just yesterday reads, "Tell the whole world." They mowed down everyone on Friday with gunfire. They opened fire on everyone. The full message reads, "Killing everyone in the city."
On Friday, that was yesterday. Holy, didn't Trump just give a warning like a day or two ago? Oh yeah, these guys are gonna get bombed, dude. They thought that just cutting the internet cords was gonna do anything. Like, wow. Dude, you guys are just asking to get bombed, dude. Like, you're really just asking for it, dude. Like, at this point, you really want, a biblical smackdown from God right now. Like, not Donnie J, like actual God. Like, dude, bro. The big JC and God are literally gonna use Donnie J as an instrument of fucking vengeance, dude. They're literally gonna use Donnie J, and that man is gonna fucking AC 130 overhead, dude. Oh man, I can't wait to see it, dude. I can't wait to see it, dude. Like, why don't these cowards ever try to fucking, fight against somebody who can fight back?
Massacring
It's so
people's
aggravating.
children. The IRGC, the officers, could not resist even for 5 minutes. When they fled, they were shot and killed. 20 people on the first day. I took 5 bodies to the clinic in front of me. Tell the whole
Holy
world.
crap.
Friday, everyone was bombarded with bullets, easily killing 50 people. My internet connects and disconnects in 500 seconds. Now, this was originally
That happened to me
Iranian message, that's why translation is a bit off, but basically the message is clear.
Like on the
Iranian
10th, like
forces
yesterday.
are unleashing
My
hell.
mom
The
didn't
message
believe
we
me
just read is
my mom didn't believe me that it was because of this until, like, I started showing it on the news and everything. Oh man, dude.
about one city, one area, but this is happening all over the country. I say this because the Iranian state media on television is broadcasting messages to parents of Iranian kids, telling them that don't send your kids out, because if they get killed, you cannot complain to the authorities. That's such a horrendous message.
I mean, that's pretty fair though. Like, not even the authorities can really control what's going on right now. Like, it's just chaos. Like, they're just taking back their city, so you can't really control what's going on. But for the most part, like the civilians aren't really the ones attacking, you know, civilians. This isn't America, dude. You know, like what they're doing actually matters. Over here, it's just fucking liberal white women, you know, bitching about some shit until, you know, consequences happen, and then, you know, now they're all shocked and shit. You know, you're all fucking confused. Consequences. But yeah, nah. Like, haven't you seen, Chad? Like, you're gonna see more of it in like, you know, in a couple of minutes. But you'll notice a difference between, you know, when this type of shit happens in America and when this type of shit happens in like any other country, is that these guys never attack, you know, they never attack stores, or, you know, they're not burning, you know, civilian cars. You know, they're not doing none of that shit. They're only attacking, you know, like infrastructures that matter to these regimes, and they're only attacking, like, you know, the people that are actually involved in this. Like, you don't see anybody fighting amongst nobody else. Like, oh man, because this is a real cause, dude. This is legit.
Take a listen.
And that's why it's getting censored.
Everyone, pay close attention. First, for the religious groups, for the Basij members, for all members of the revolutionary Hezbollah nation. We hear the call and cry of, "Is there any helper?" from the Imam of the age in these days, as we move towards significant transformations in the world of creation. Tonight is the time for all mosques, all bases, everywhere to be filled with the presence of all Hezbollah youth, religious groups, and those concerned for God's religion. And tonight is the night that moms, dads, hold your children's hands. Uncles, aunts, make calls. If you know that girl or that boy is a bit distracted, they should not go out. If something happens, if someone...
Yeah, you see, Chad, like, these are the guys that they're going after right now. They're not going after no, you know, bodegas or stores or none of that. They're not raiding or looting. They're just strictly, literally only going after, like, you know, the Islamic power, you know, infrastructure and shit. Like, even the police are backing down. Like, this is crazy, Chad.
One gets hurt if a bullet goes astray or is fired, and if something happens to someone, do not complain later.
It's pretty crazy, dude.
For this reason, we have already survived the days of discord and conflict with the hypocrites. We survived those days that passed with difficulty during the 8-year war.
And before I read you guys eyewitness accounts, I do want to clarify one more time that it's very, very hard to verify any reports coming out of Iran right now, because there are not that many coming out. The internet is down, they're going after Starlink users, and they're trying to...
And the few, you know, the few internet that there is because of Starlink, or whatever Elon Musk thing is called. Yeah, that shit is currently being, whatchamacallit, Starlink is currently being like the Islamic terrorist and shit, whatever that fucking group is called in Iran right now. They're currently like blocking out the like the internet. Since they can't cut the cords, they're trying to like overflow the internet so like the civilians can't use it.
Basically make sure that
Elon Musk, if you see this shit, dude, you know, please do something about this.
Iran International. Iranian security forces are using lethal force against protesters nationwide. Footage sent to the organization shows several bodies in body bags. According to eyewitness
assuming that Elon Musk would ever watch this video, chat.
Dozens of bodies are visible at the site, with additional bodies reportedly located
That's crazy.
at a nearby industrial shed. Then we have videos from other cities like Fardiz, Karaj, and Al-Qadir in the eastern Tehran region, showing similar scenes of dead bodies.
Honestly, Chad, dude, I could see why these people have just, you know, lost it, dude. Because at this point, they don't have anything to lose. Like, I could totally understand why the country looks like this, and why like every civilian is why like every civilian is literally revolting like this, dude. Like, I'd be sick of it too, dude. You know, having to wake up every single day, having to hear somebody fucking either getting stoned to death or raped broad daylight. You can't even wear fucking like boxers because you'll get fucking stoned to death. You know, if you put on some deodorant, you'll get fucking stoned to death. If you don't wear your hijab, you'll get fucking like raped in public, and then you'll get stoned to death. You know, if you know, if you just question anything over there, you'll get like disappeared and fucking like, you know, like no Russian executed style. It's fucked, dude. It's fucked.
Bodies falling on the ground.
Like at that point, you got nothing else to lose, dude. You know,
that is not
might as well go in, dude.
Limited number of cities. The most conservative estimates indicate that at least
Yeah, chat. Like right now, well, I'll try to get it in this video, chat. This might be a two-parter, but a two-part video, guys. But the Iranian prince, like the one that I'm always like telling motherfuckers, like, dude, Islam is literally not even a real religion, dude. That shit is like a cancer, bro. Like if you, like, for instance, if you look at Iran's history, like literally pre-1979, Iran was like beautiful, dude. It was literally like beautiful. Like the Shah and his wife, dude, they literally just looked like normal people, dude. There was no hijabs. There was no nonsense like this, you know. People were out listening to music, doing whatever they had to do, you know. There wasn't people getting fucking raped in the middle of broad daylight and then stoned to death, you know. If you didn't wear your hijab, you weren't getting stoned to death. You know, you didn't have to deal with fucking 5 a.m. prayers. Oh, dum dum dum, should I? You don't have to deal with that like 5 times a day, dude. Dude, this is all facts, dude. If you don't like it, dude, you can take it up with the Shah, because he was just recently on fucking, what was it on CNN? I don't even remember what fucking news station it was, but he did an interview today or like yesterday, because he's the one that's actually been rallying the entire nation of Iran to do exactly what they're doing right now for the last 48 hours, and the people are like demanding for him to come back because he's been exiled since 1979, since the Islamic regime, and like every Iranian is like begging for him to come back and be like the transitional Shah until the next one gets picked. And like, dude, I'm all for it, dude. Like, dude, if you literally look at the history of Iran, like, everything was chilling until 1979. Like, dude, these motherfuckers were even on good terms with Israel. They were on good terms with the United States.
There's deal with Mr. Putin?
I think so, dude. Like, these motherfuckers were literally on good terms with everybody. They were on good terms with us. They were on good terms with Israel. I'm pretty sure they were on good terms with China. And then as soon as 1979 happened, dude, and the Islamic regime fucking came in, these motherfuckers were like, oh yeah, fuck this shit. Allah Akbar, Shalom Bakhtar, fucking hijab this, hijab that. You gotta hate everybody. We're the best. Like, bro, what the fuck?
We're the best.
Yeah. Hate everybody. We're the best. That's literally the mentality, dude. Like, everybody else is shit. We gotta literally live in shit, but claim that everybody else lives in shit, and we're the best. Like, bro, you fucking turned a beautiful country into like a literal shithole. What are you even going on about, dude? That shit makes me so mad. Like, all these people be like fucking sucking off Islam and shit. Like, dude, that shit is a fucking cancer. Like that shit literally be ruining countries, dude. Ruining countries.
2000.
Like, bro, all these other, I don't know if you guys have heard, chat, but most of the Arab nations right now stopped school funding for a lot of schools in UK. In the really? EU. Yeah, dude, look this up. It just happened like yesterday. They officially deemed like the UK and most of those schools in UK as way too radical, and they're trying to indoctrinate, the youth into the brotherhood. This is literally word for word what they say. And you know who is the fucking ones who are saying this? I'm pretty sure it's the Saudis. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. I'll look this up right now, chat. Give me a second. Arab nations stop school funding to colleges in the EU. Okay, here we go. Fucking the United Arab Emirates, the EAU, recently halted scholarships for UK universities due to extremist concerns, but specifically the presence of proscribed Muslim brotherhoods on campuses, affecting UAE students' ability to study in Britain. This action by one influenced Arab states highlights a trend of Arab nations monitoring and sometimes restricting funding to specific EU institutions, and some of them have begun to stop those kids that went to these fucking UK places and got the went to school there. They officially stopped recognizing their diplomas and stopped taking these kids back. When they come back to the EAU or the UAE. Like, bro, Arab nations are starting to fucking, I'm telling you, dude, even the Arabs don't fucking want this bullshit, dude.
people have been killed over the last 44 hours.
People starting to, you
That's
know,
the time
wake
since
up, bro.
the internet has been shut down. A doctor in the northern city told Iran International that one hospital alone received at least 70 bodies. Now, two things I want to point out here. First of all, this 2,000 people killed is a conservative estimate. I have seen estimates.
Yeah, chat.
as
Like
high
the
as
and that was another thing too. The reason why I brought up the Shah is because in the recent interview, dude, they were talking about like 9/11 and everything. And as of right now, like this whole situation is crazy to me because this situation has way more casualties than 9/11, and it's not that like you barely are seeing anything about it in the media, dude. Like they're not even talking about this shit. Like they're not even trying to talk about this shit. Like the only things that I've seen, I will give some stations credit. Like I saw like Telemundo's had some shit where they did mention, you know, the blackout and everything, but that's really all they showed was just a blackout and that people were revolting and blah blah blah. But they didn't mention why, dude. Because if they mentioned why, they would, you know, they would be showcasing that's the same shit that's happening over here and in the UK and shit, and that would make people fucking wise up.
1,000 people killed in just last 2 days. And just to put that in broader context, in November 2019, there was another economic protest happening inside Iran. The government did the same thing they're doing now. They went on a killing spree to crush the movement.
And another thing that I like that what the Shah said is true. Like fucking, you know, you can have all the revolutions and all the revolts you want, but unless, you know, these people that are doing this revolution right now, unless these people have like an actual economic plan, you know, when this is all over, you know, unless you have like an economic plan that's going to, you know, better the situation and make sure that everybody lives comfortably, you're just gonna be back to square one. Because you're just going to be replacing one fucking terrorist group for another. Because, like, fundamentally speaking, this is why terrorism even began here. Because of, you know, lack of money and, you know, lack of living conditions and shit.
They killed around 1,500 people, the most they have ever killed during an uprising. That month has been nicknamed the Bloody November. It was by far the most people Islamic regime has ever killed. Now they have surpassed that number in just last 2 days. They have killed more people, and they are continuing to kill more people as we talk about the protesters. Clearly, this shows one thing.
Yeah, chat, that's why, you know, I owe it to the Iranians to at least, you know, try to get these videos out there, you know, because while I'm sitting here in my chair just talking about this shit, you know, these people are actually getting massacred over there, you know, for what they believe is right. So, you know, I feel like the least that I could do is try to get their voices out there, you know.
Scared the Ayatollah is, and how much of a big deal this protest is compared to the last ones.
Yeah, this is wild, chat.
Unlike anything you've seen
Oh
before?
my god.
No.
For all you guys,
November, Bloody November in 2019, but now it's different.
for all you guys in Iran right now, hope you guys are safe, man.
Social media, people actually using their own names. They're showing their faces. They have no fear to say that.
Yeah, I hope you guys are
President Trump,
safe.
We need your help. This
Yep.
is what the people of Iran are saying.
Oh man, dude, see this is exactly what I voted for, chat. This is exactly what I voted for. We have fucking news stations in Iran literally begging Trump to come and help, dude. Like this is actually fucked up, dude. You know the situation is truly fucked up if you have motherfuckers in a completely different country that has been, you know, a known enemy to you for like decades now, literally begging you and crying, like literally with tears in their eyes, begging you to come and invade them and to help them, dude. Like that's crazy, dude. Like that's not even bragging shit, dude. That's just fucked up. Like that's messed up. Like I don't even know how to procreate the words to say, you know, how fucked that is, dude. Like, can you imagine being in such a dire situation that you beg somebody else to come and invade your house, like literally break into your house and come and save you, dude? Like just some complete stranger, dude. That's basically what you're doing. Or matter of fact, this is like, you know, like seeing your worst enemy on the street, you know, and then you fucking, you know, you're about to get jumped by some unknown individuals, and now you're running to this individual that you hate, and you're begging them to help you. It's basically like the same shit, dude. Because you can't necessarily blame them, you know, because of the Islamic regime. Like, you know, this youth, all they've been taught was just to hate us. That's why Meek dead ass, dude. Like, that's not even like no funny. Like, they've just been taught to hate us, like dead ass. Like, they've been taught to hate the West, like, you know, British people, Americans, you know, anything that's not them. That's why I'm you know, saying this, dude, because do you know what it's probably like for them, dude? You know, asking somebody that they fucking hate to, like, literally begging them for help and to, like, come and fucking help them and literally invade them. I mean, but to be fair, you know, I guess you don't ever really know truly how an entire group of people feel, you know, because you're not a part of that people.
Bloody, pick the ball up, bloody.
It's just, you know, it's just crazy, Chad. It's just crazy food for thought.
Now, and I'm telling you why. Because
It's
this
just insane,
is
man.
a war against people. The regime
Yeah.
actually waged war against its own people.
And not even
But
that
they
all
shut down the
Iranians hate
internet.
Americans,
Ali
dude, but, you know,
Khamenei is
just
using the same social
like
media
speaking in
platform
general.
that they kicked out 18 million people from the social media. Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Islamic Republic, now is on Twitter and ordering massacre. He's actually saying that we're not going to give up our fight.
Do you think that
That's
this
why.
is the end for him?
It is, and that's why he's
That's the thing, Chad. When I mean the people, I'm speaking about like the government, like as a whole. I don't mean the actual civilians. Like that, your average civilian there probably doesn't even care about us, dude.
fearing. That's why he is fearing the end of his regime.
Like especially the youth right now. Like all those chicks that you see on fucking Twitter and everything and TikTok, fucking lighting their cigarettes with the picture of the leader of Iran, like the dictator, like fucking burning it and lighting their cigarettes with it. Like all that youth, dude. Like they probably want to be like us, and not in the sense of like, you know, they want to be like American and stuff. Like they want to be free. They want to be able to do whatever the fuck they want, when they want, where they want, how they want, with who they want. You know, wearing whatever they want. Like I could respect that. You know, just being fucking free. You know, especially women over there, dude. Like they're not even like people, dude. They're like fucking objects, like dead ass. Like they're like fucking things, and it's fucked up. Like that's probably why you see like a lot of women in these protests. Like a good quantity. Like I'd probably say like half of these people are like fucking women. You know. Like they're like sick of this shit.
That's why he's ordering massacre. That's why he's absolutely blackout. Total blackout.
Yeah, dude. In their eyes, dude, women are not human. Like they're like these motherfuckers would rather like, you know, be in a room full of like dancing like tranny, you know, gay men, you know, dancing in a circle and shit. Because to them it's more honorable to do that than to fucking, you know, talk to or be with a woman, like somehow.
So that's why I'm nervous.
This is exactly why the Ayatollah is now using
Oh,
drones
that's
on
crazy,
his
dude.
own citizens. They're flying these drones during nighttime when the protests are ongoing, and they're recording faces of the protesters. Then in the morning, they're raiding these protesters' house and arresting them. So far, according to The Guardian,
Yeah,
they
you
have
see,
arrested
chat? That's how you know that this is legit, dude. Like, it's the complete opposite situation from what happens in the United States. When these motherfuckers protest, you know, when these communists protest, they be fucking looting shit. They be fucking breaking into stores, you know, destroying fucking, you know, civilians' properties, cars, you know, motherfuckers that have nothing to do with this. You know, and over here, dude, it's the fucking government that's breaking into people's homes, you know, like the regime breaking into people's homes, taking their shit. You know, the protesters are actually protesting. They're only damaging, you know, regime infrastructure, regime cars. Massive difference, dude. You're not gonna see 1,000 different flags or gay pride flags and all that bullshit, dude. You know, you're not gonna see no kings, blah blah. No, dude, you don't see none of that here. You know what you see? You see help me fucking Donnie J. That's what you fucking see. That's what you fucking see. You don't see none of that fucking stupid bullshit, that commie bullshit, dude. Alright?
at least 2,300 people.
I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it.
All these arrests are basically getting a death sentence because Khamenei considers these protesters.
Yeah, and that's another thing, Chad. Like these guys don't even take prisoners. You just disappear, dude. You die. If you get arrested, dude, you're dying in the gulag.
enemy of God. And in Iran, that means you
It's
go
auto
straight
death.
to the death row. But the killing doesn't just stop there. It seems last night the IRGC actually stationed snipers on buildings. Then the snipers just started shooting
Bro,
at
what?
protesters
Oh
across
my
the
god.
city.
You guys are
Hundreds of
such
people died
cowards, dude.
this way just in Tehran.
You guys
A
are
hospital worker
such
told the
cowards.
BBC that the number of bodies was so large that there was
Like, dude, this is some actual coward shit. Like, you already have you already have your stupid terrorists there with guns massacring people. You do not need to stage snipers on buildings to massacre more people. Like, that's some actual cowardly shit. If you're gonna kill these people on some coward shit, you know, at least, you know, don't add pussy shit to it. Like, what is this, dude? Like, it's like these guys are just asking for good old Donnie J to lay down a fucking biblical smackdown from God. You know?
wasn't enough space in the morgue. The bodies were then
This is
placed
actually
on
like
top of one
angering me
another.
right now.
After the morgue became full, they stacked them on top of one another in the prayer room. One message from an Iranian reads that the massacre is on a larger scale than all the killings of the previous uprisings. They have mowed down young and old Iranians.
Dude, one can even argue that this is actually a fucking genocide. These are just normal civilians just wanting to be free. None of these people have fucking guns, or are blowing shit up, or taking hostages, or sending bombs. But yet, nobody's talking about it, dude. Nobody's, you know, there's nothing, nada, zilch. You know, the only thing you'll hear about this situation, Chad, is fucking, oh yeah, there's a blackout over there. Fucking, you know, there's a riot, revolution, or whatever. That's it, dude. You're not gonna see none of this shit, dude. The humanitarian crisis shit. You're not gonna see, you know, the fact that there's basically an actual genocide going on here, dude. No, dude. Because the only thing that matters to the media is propaganda, bro.
Like autumn leaves on the ground. Things are changing inside Iran very quickly.
Fucking calling shit that ain't even a fucking genocide a genocide. Like, that shit is crazy, dude. How you gonna call a fight, a war, a genocide, dude?
Doing our best to keep you guys updated. Unfortunately, covering protests on YouTube
That's like calling fucking two motherfuckers in a brawl fight in a bar because they're drunk. That's like saying that's assault. It's not assault, dumbass. That's just two drunk motherfuckers fighting in a bar.
safe bet. That's why if you guys can just take a second and hit the subscribe button down below, it really does help us out in the algorithm. Now, let's get back to the protest. This will likely continue in the coming days because the Iranian state TV, the news channel on Iranian television, and it's important to remember that that's the only thing Iranian people are watching right now because they have no access to the outside world. Well, that TV...
Yeah, chat. Like, this is crazy. Like, you don't see none of the media covering this shit like this. Like this is literally their own news stations. IRINN. The Iranian news. During the first 15 minutes dedicated to the main headlines, what stood out was that again and again they used the phrase armed terrorists, because that's exactly what the fuck they are. The Islamic regime is just armed terrorists claiming to be a fucking government. And this is what happens when you let these fuckers in. Like, dude, oh man, this is why I love Japan, dude. I want to go to Japan so bad. Like, these motherfuckers just did, like, they don't even really need to do this. Like, Japan is kind of like chilling right now, but they're still doing like protests for anti-Islam in Japan. Like, that's funny as fuck to me.
This channel is running a segment that's now calling these protesters armed terrorists. This is in direct contrast with just 2 days ago when these protesters were called rioters by the Supreme.
And I saw some people comment on my older videos saying that I should do some research before I just babble on. No, dude, you should fucking do some research. I do plenty of research, brah. How about you tune into my streams, because you would see it live action. Me doing the research live, in literal live time. Like, that shit is hilarious.
The words tell us what they are planning. It's basically an attempt to dehumanize the protesters in the eyes of the Iranian public, so the killings can continue. And unfortunately, it seems like we're gonna get less and less information about these killings. This is why I want to talk about Starlink. As some of you guys may already know, there are around 40 to 50,000 Starlink terminals inside Iran. And that's the only way Iranians are able to contact the outside world. Now, 50,000 sounds like a big number, but it's important to remember that Iran is a country of 92 million people. And 2 nights ago, we saw that millions of people were actually protesting. So 50,000 is clearly not enough for all protesters. And now it seems the IRGC is actually going after these Starlink terminals and going after the people who are using them. Unauthorized satellite internet is now officially classified as a threat to the state. Possession is treated as a security threat, not a tech violation.
Oh, no way.
Yo, I'm single-handedly winning the game right now.
During blackouts, any live connection stands out. When fiber and mobile networks go dark, a Starlink Wi-Fi signal becomes a homing beacon. When Starlink is activated during protests, they mark the locations the state assumes are operational. Searches are escalating, checkpoints are tightening, informants activated. Hotspots are treated as hostile cells, and the cost is brutal.
Oh, let me read this shit, chat. Sorry, I just realized some troubling news. I'm gonna have to, you know, whatever. I'm not even gonna explain this shit, chat. All you guys gotta know, chat, is that I turbo fucked up. But alright, let's read this shit. Unauthorized satellite is now officially classified. Oh yeah, it's a threat to the state. Why? Because Elon Musk is doing a fucking better job than you did in like fucking, you know, like what, 5 hours. Possession is treated as a security threat, not tech violation. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Why is it a security threat? Huh? Because you know they could show the world that you're fucking massacring a bunch of people for like no reason. When fiber and mobile networks go dark, Starlink Wi-Fi signals become homing beacon. When Starlink is activated during protest, they mark locations the state assumes are operational. Searches are escalating, checkpoints tightening, informants activated, hotspots are treated as hostile cells. Yeah, but imagine the cost is brutal. What is this cost is brutal shit? There's no cost. You fucking die. The cost is you die.
This is all working. One report says that the government appears to have significantly more success shutting down Starlinks and controlling the flow of information. There are far fewer videos today than the previous 2 nights on the normal channels. Luckily for us though, the videos that are coming out do tell us a lot. Here on the screen you can see the videos from Prune and Tehran that show massive crowds of protesters using the light of their mobile phones while chanting anti-government slogans. The reason they're using their phones is because the authorities have...
Yeah, chat, and another major thing, dude, that you'll notice, a big subtle thing that you guys probably have noticed, is that in every single one of these videos and shit of people chanting and rioting and shit, you were not gonna hear a single Allah Akbar. Not one, dude. Not one. Not one. Look it up, dude. Look. Find me one video of these motherfuckers right now protesting in Iran. One protester saying Allah Akbar. Find me one. You can't. You can't. You can't and you won't. Because it doesn't exist. Because there's nobody saying that.
Cut the electricity to several streets in Tehran in an attempt to suppress the protest. But as you can see...
I'm so happy right now that Iran is finally waking up and, you know, they want to be fucking free. They want to be themselves, dude. Oh, man, dude. I'm so happy for these fucking people, dude. I hope this stuff works out for them.
It doesn't look like the numbers are getting
They deserve
smaller.
to be free, dude.
In fact, there are more groups who are now joining in these protests and showing their public support for the protesters. First, we have Iranian, Azerbaijani, Turkish political...
Yeah, I want every single protester in Iran to know, dude, I got you, bro. I will make your voices heard in whatever way possible, dude.
Groups who have issued a joint statement
whatever way that I
on
can.
Iran's Turkish population to fully and...
Like, I'm doing more for these people in my chair right now than any of these fucks, you know, in their silly-ass protests and shit.
Actively join the ongoing protest.
Over here in America, dude, these fucking SJWs.
Iran's Azerbaijani Turks are not a small group. They are one of the largest ethnic communities in the country. This marks a significant...
Like, right now, chat, for all you Iranians right now, all these liberal fucks, the only thing on their minds is fucking ICE and that stupid, That stupid lesbian bitch that just got killed because she tried fighting federal agents and running them over with their car.
Escalation, signaling potential ethnic and regional mobilization along broader popular unrest. Then we also have the Kurdish Freedom Party,
That's what they're
PKK,
focused on.
which is claiming that it is now attacking
not stuff that actually
IRGC
matters like
bases,
this.
and they also claim that they have wounded at least 3 members. This group is surprising.
Like, people don't even realize that if I, like, people over here, chat, like, the majority of the population, they're so enthralled with ICE and all this bullshit, they don't even realize that if Iran does, you know, if you guys actually do succeed over there in Iran, in, you know, getting your country back and, you know, being free and being yourselves, that could potentially mean that we'll have another ally in the Middle East, dude. That could potentially mean that our allies in Iran could return, and we could be allies once more with Iran. I.e., you know, trade would go up, we'd get more, you know, fuel, more oil, you know, there would be less sanctions and tariffs and shit.
Competent when it comes to fighting. These fighters have long experience
That would mean cheaper gas.
ISIS inside Syria and many other fronts. On top of that, they have worked with U.S. forces inside Syria.
Cheaper everything
Their
in
numbers
return.
might be small, but it's a serious force nonetheless. And of course, we also have the United States. President Trump last night tweeted this out: Iran is looking at freedom, perhaps like never before. The U.S. stands ready to.
Oh, dude. This is why I love Donnie J. You see that shit? January 11th, 2026, 2:23 a.m., dude.
You know AJ Brown, man. I don't know what's going on with him, man.
Oh, chat. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, chat, look at this shit. This is why good old Donnie J, dude. Symbol of freedom, dude. My man fucking tweeted this shit today, dude. Iran is looking at freedom. Perhaps like never before. The USA stands ready to help. 3 exclamation points. President Donald J. Trump. That's my boy right there, dude. That's my fucking boy. This is what I mean, Chad. This is exactly what I fucking voted for, dude. Like, if we are gonna get involved and, you know, waste our taxpayer money on all this bullshit, I'd rather it be done for good shit like this, dude. Like, you're not just finna massacre your own people and think that the world is just gonna stand by and let you do this shit, dude. Like, for what? For what? For what? Like, these are your own fucking people, dude. Like, it'd be one thing, you know, if you were massacring it'd be one thing if you were massacring Americans or whatever, you know, whatever the fuck. But, dude, you're massacring your own people, dude. Like, your own college kids, your own sons, your own daughters, your own cousins, dude. For what, dude? Like you obviously suck ass at, you know, ruling over your people if your people want to be fucking free from you, my guy.
Now, of course, to many, this may just seem like one of those statements that President Trump has been making over the last few days.
No, this is not. No. This is not just a statement. That's the thing. That's what people keep underestimating Trump, dude. And this what I also keep, you know, whenever I see things like this, dude, I just get, you know, that clip from that Chief Keef fucking song pops in my head. Fucking the beginning, fucking. You know, motherfuckers on Chief Keef, you know, they're on this, they're on that. Oh, he's a hitter, you know, fucking little Reese and them. You know, that motherfucker bugging out in the beginning because they're shitting on Chief Keef, dude. That's what I just be thinking about in my head. Like, bro, these motherfuckers be thinking that this is just like some tweet, dude. Like, bro, if Donnie J is saying that he's gonna bomb you, dude, that's like a promise, dude. You are going to get bombed. Like, he's not telling you that if you execute, he's not, you know, warning you that if you execute people, you know, that are just trying to take their country back, you know, that he might bomb you, you know, that you're gonna get. No, this is a promise, dude. Like, if you start executing mad people like this shit, you know, you're gonna get a biblical smackdown, dude.
What's more important is this new report by Wall Street Journal. This report states that the administration has officially started preliminary discussions about how to carry out an attack on Iran, including what sites might be targeted.
Fuck yeah.
One option being discussed is a large-scale aerial strike on Iran's military target. New York
Hell
Times
yeah.
is also reporting on this story. The report says that the President Trump has been briefed on new options for military strikes inside Iran and is
Hell yeah,
seriously
dude.
considering
Hell yeah.
it in response to Iranian regime's efforts to suppress demonstrations. Trump has been presented with a range of options, including strikes on non-military sites in Tehran. Some options are tied directly to elements of Iran's security services, but the report does go on to say that the CENTCOM commanders would want more time before any attacks. Now, hopefully this turns out to be something that can help the protesters, and hopefully a decision is made soon.
That's all you could do, is just hope right now, I guess.
Like Iran is taking this news seriously. The Iranian foreign minister was in Lebanon for an economic trip. He was meeting with, maybe it was some economic summit or something, he was meeting with other Lebanese officials. But it seems that he has cut his trip short, and he's now flying back to Tehran. Now, of course, this could be because of so many different reasons. There's so much going on inside Iran that he could be coming back for any one of those things. But it does tell us one thing. It does signal
I'm sure it's got nothing to do with the fact that your entire city is taking itself back
inside the country. Now, we want to shift our focus to the Iranian border. And it seems the US carried out strikes last night inside Syria against ISIS targets. I'm sure this is a pretty good message to Iran.
Yeah,
take a look at these strikes.
More now on that breaking news. The United States has launched an attack.
Dude, I didn't even know this. What the fuck? We attacked ISIS yesterday in Syria? When the fuck? What the hell? Why didn't I know about this?
In Syria.
Good afternoon, John. Officials say this is payback for the killing of those 2 Iowa National Guard soldiers and their American interpreter last month in Syria. If you recall,
yeah, dude, you see, dude, like, it's just like my points just keep getting proven like every second, dude. Like, this is exactly what I mean, dude. Like, did you really think that Trump was just gonna let you kill 2 of our National Guardsmen and, you know, that was it? You were just gonna get to step in? Fuck no, motherfucker. Like, what? You crazy? You crazy right now? You thought we were just gonna let you, you know, catch 2 of our bodies and that was it, and then nothing was gonna happen? Fuck no, dude. You have been lost outside of your mind, boy. Like, what? Nah, that shit got me fucked up, dude. Like, this is what I mean, dude. It's like these motherfuckers have no common sense, dude. Like, do you really think that you're just going to attack us, you know, kill our people and, you know, kill innocent people and nothing is gonna happen to you, dude? Dude, we are going to come after you and we are going to make sure that you are deleted. Shamwowed. Finitoed. Arrivederci. Like, bro, I'm sick of it, dude. This is why I like Donnie J. Because there is no fuck around to find out. There is, you know, you do whatever you gotta do, and then there's consequences. That's why I like Donnie J, dude. There's no fucking, you know, fuck around and, you know, possibly find out. Nah, dude. It's you do the thing that he's telling you not to do, and then there's consequences. Consequences.
first wave of airstrikes against the Islamic State in Syria on December 19th. That night, F-15E Strike Eagles were used, A-10 Warhawks.
Oh man, Twitch is like messing up my viewer count right now. I know I definitely have like at least 2 people watching.
Confirmation on what was
It's
used
showing
this
as
time.
0.
It's safe to say, John, those assets remain in the region. There's always a squadron of F-15 Strike Eagles.
Do what I mean, Chad. This is what I'm talking about, dude. Twitch does not want me to be talking about this stuff, dude. They do not, like the media, dude, the mainstream media does not want you to talk about shit that actually matters, dude. Because they know that if, you know, the shit that actually matters comes to light, it's going to be intertwined with the, you know, issues that is going on over here, and it's going to awaken people, dude. It's literally going to fucking make people think rationally for once.
The regime is not going to go down without a fight. Hopefully the killing stops.
At least of the, you know,
nonetheless, we'll keep you guys updated here on Business Basics.
the few of the masses that do
subscribe button down below.
decide to think.
And I'll see you in the next video.
Once at least they get some evidence.
Making videos like these where we show a lot of drone strikes, even if no human or Russian soldiers are getting hurt in the
shout
video,
out to the boy,
YouTube
Business
usually
Basics.
demonetizes or restricts our videos. In fact, in the last week,
you don't gotta
we
tell
had
me, dude.
4 of our videos get demonetized.
Yeah, my videos got
According to YouTube,
fucking
showing drone
blocked.
strikes or even footage from the front
some
lines
territories.
is not advertiser friendly, and that's why the videos are restricted. But this is the reality of modern warfare, and this is the war Ukrainians are fighting and trying to survive.
Yeah, so that's crazy, guys. Yeah, it's just 12 hours ago. Early video, man. Okay, we can go back to the original thing that I was going to watch.
At the time they woke up to it, it was too late.
Oh
This
yeah,
time
this
we
is the
cannot
Shah.
afford not to be clear on the alternative. No stone is left unturned. That in full
Chat, let's see
transparency,
what we're
people have
looking
an
at here,
opportunity to
time-wise.
elect their leaders freely.
Well,
and to
yeah, I guess
decide
we could just
their
start
own
from the
future.
beginning.
Marco
Fuck
gets
it.
on
Under
job.
international observation.
An Iranian tells you why anti-brain free Palestine mob is not calling to free Iran. Spoiler, it's because it exposes the truth in their lies. Okay, let's listen to this.
Hello, Iranian here. They keep asking the same question. Why are lefties, why are the loudest pro-Gaza voices completely...
You hear this, dude? Like, off rip. First thing is an Iranian complaining about lefties. That's fucking hilarious to me. Like, this is funny as fuck to me, dude. Like, I don't even have to try, chat. I literally don't even have to try. Oh, man, dude.
silent when it comes to Iran?
Because they've been completely intellectually
They've been
and emotionally
brain rotted.
captured
What do
by
you
the
mean?
idea that Islam is a religion of
It's
oppressed
literally like
people,
fucking
so they
Democrats
cannot
versus,
go
you know,
and
delusion.
Look at Islam as a religion of oppression. because
Self-realization.
it breaks their programming. And that's the programming that they've created for themselves. Whenever they have, like, almost everything inside of their ideology is built off of an oppressor and an oppressed dichotomy. And so as soon as you understand that, everything else makes sense.
Well, the answer is simple, because the truth exposes the lie. Because acknowledging Iran would shatter the ideological...
Yeah, dude, like, these people, it's exactly right. With these people, it's the oppressed and the oppressor. And they don't understand that sometimes it's just, you know, a winner and a loser. Sometimes just two sides that do the same shit, you know, fight each other, and then, you know, there's a winner and a loser. Or sometimes, you know, there's just two sides that just fight, and then the victors, you know, end up turning into some fucking corrupted, you know, vision of what was supposed to happen. You know, not everything is fucking roses and dragons and shit. Not everything is just fucking, oh yeah, there's an oppressor, and, you know, these people are oppressing you, and you need to be saved. Like, nah, dude, not everything is fucking black and white.
fantasy that they think. Let's be clear. Islamic Republic of Iran is not a victim of Western imperialism.
Yeah.
It is a theocratic authoritarian regime that survives by exporting violence,
Sometimes people, you know,
and crushing its own.
they think that they're doing the right thing and choose extremist ways and terrorism. And then in their pursuit of, you know, trying to pursue their political goals, they cross the line.
It does, and this is the other thing too, is that, like, very clearly the sanctions on Iran have negatively affected Iran. But if you have sanctions on,
You know, they cross the line and their vision gets warped.
Your money to things besides funding terrorist groups.
Corrupted, if you will.
Priority list there, right? I mean, if you're already getting sanctioned, why are you sending money to terrorists? Volume up? Okay, I'll turn it up. Sorry about that.
Yes, it funds Hamas, it funds Hezbollah, it funds all the little proxies around the region and around the world with Iranian people's money, not the government.
And there's plenty of white girls in America that love Hamas. They do.
Money, not the
Yeah, and that's also another reason, chat. That's also probably the biggest reason why, like, Iran's GDP and, like, you know, why they're basically living in rubble, is because the majority of their GDP, like, I'm pretty sure like 80% or some shit like that, literally goes to funding terrorism. Like, dead ass.
regime money, stolen money taken from the worker who cannot afford bread in Iran right now. Families.
I think that people haven't even seen this, is that this is what the inflation looks like in Iran. In 2010, it was 1 to 10,000. Now it's 1 to 1.38 million. Think about that. That's in literally 16 years.
Yeah, that means if I brought like a fucking grand over there, I'd be like on some Jeff Bezos shit.
Holy shit. You think it's bad here? Oh my god.
Crushed by inflation, taken from women who are beaten, jailed, tortured, raped for refusing religious obedience. And this is why leftists are silent.
This is another component that needs to be discussed more, is that these terrorist organizations rape the fuck out of these women. They do, obviously they do.
Yeah,
That's
exactly
why,
what
for
I'm talking about.
example, they had problems recovering the bodies. The reason why is they probably had to destroy the bodies in order to make sure that there's no evidence that they've been raped. Obviously. Why do you think they're having so much trouble only getting the women's bodies? It's just logic. Of
That's
course
pretty
that's what they're gonna
messed up, dude.
They rape little boys too? Of course they do.
Because
Bro,
Hamas fits their narrative, but Iranian people don't.
Dude, this make my stomach hurt.
Violence against Israel
These motherfuckers make my stomach hurt.
Resistance.
Yep, exactly. Islamic violence against Israelis can be formed as resistance. Exactly. This is the oppressor and oppressed. That's what I said before.
But Islamist violence against Iranian exposes the truth. Right
Oh,
now,
wait,
you're
what is
watching
that?
this.
What's going on? What happened?
Nah, I'm just, recording a video right now on the what stuff that's going on in Iran. Pretty messed up, dude. Like, that's also another thing, dude. That's why the propaganda like worked so well with fucking the Palestinian shit too, is because, you know, when the terrorists like that's why you would never find the bodies and shit, dude, because the terrorists would, you know, rape the individuals. Like, they would rape the women and then they would dispose of the bodies so they couldn't see what they'd done. Like, they would fucking, you know, burn them and shit. They would get rid of them. Leave no evidence.
Yeah.
Iran, a country of
That's what's going on in Iran right now.
92 million people, is being erased in real time. Near total blackout for more than 24 hours. No internet, no call services, no connectivity whatsoever. And yet silence. No emergency protests on Western campuses.
Yeah, no protest, nothing going on about this right now, dude.
All of these activists.
Because this is real,
all
dude.
These people
this is
out there
legit.
that are crying and screeching to
Not
try to
one
keep
protest,
illegal
not
aliens
one
in their
nothing,
country
dude.
Are not supporting Iran that's trying to overthrow an Islamic government that rapes and murders them.
Flags, no solidarity statements, no megaphones, no tears.
Yep.
Because Iranian suffering does not fit their agenda.
That's
because
right.
leftist movements today are not driven by human rights. They are driven by selective outrage and ideological loyalty.
Yep, and communism.
Man. Man.
They will scream about censorship unless it's done by an Islamist regime.
That's right.
They will condemn the state violence unless it's
Like, this is an Iranian telling you this, chat.
That's right.
They will chant free Palestine. But
Well, not religious.
Like, you could literally tell by her accent that she's Iranian.
If it was Christian, because Christian is white-coded and Islamic isn't. That's the reason why.
Dude, anybody who says that fucking Christianity is white-coded or whatever bullshit is retarded, dude. Like, they are fucking stupid and they don't know anything about Christianity. Anybody that does fucking know even a bootlicking amount of Christianity will tell you that Christianity was literally, like, in most parts of the world before, you know, the Europeans even got there, dude. Like, before the Romans, before anything, dude. Like, this shit literally existed in Ethiopia way before, dude. What the fuck are you even going on about? Like, I'm sick of hearing that shit. Christianity's for the white man, white Jesus. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Who told you Jesus was white? Have you been brainwashed this much, dude? You just believe anything? Because now other people are saying that, you know, it's a white religion and, you know, Jesus, you know, that's a white man's religion, it's not white Jesus. White. Who said Jesus was white, bro? Just because some guy, you know, painted it that way one time because, you know, that's the extent that his color palette would allow him to paint, that does not mean that fucking, you know, the big JC was white. Like, he wasn't even fucking born in Europe. Like, what kind of nonsense is this, dude? How do we just lose common sense? This is insane.
They will never say free Iran because that will require admitting something unforgivable. That political Islam is not liberation, it is domination.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like, any theocratic government is going to be like that. Absolutely.
And that is exactly what's been happening in the West, by the way.
Yeah.
That the Islamic Republic...
Yeah, because he technically was. I mean, like, geographically speaking, like, by today's standards, he technically was. But back then, you know, that technically wasn't, you know, like, Muslim land. Like, you know, it was just, like, Jewish.
Man of Jewish descent.
You know, it was just, at that time, it was, like, Jewish land. And he was a Jewish descendant.
At the time it was Ethiopia.
Oh, yeah, Ethiopian, whatever. Point is, it wasn't Muslim, dude. And that's another thing to my point, dude. Like, fucking, like, everybody be saying that fucking, you know, you know, you're a colonizer. Everybody's a colonizer. Blah, blah, blah. No, dude, Islam is colonizers. Like, bro, like these motherfuckers have colonized like mad shit. Like, if you look at a fucking like a map of the entire world and you look at places that, you know, Islam has conquered, dude, it's insane when you compare it to everybody else.
It's not anti-imperialist, it is imperial toward its own people. That Hamas is not some isolated resistance group. It is part of a broader Islamist ecosystem that is funded, trained, and sustained by the regimes like Islamic Republic in Iran. And here's the part that...
And you can see how bad Americans have gotten brainwashed because they got mad at Zoran because he condemned Hamas. Like Hamas, that is a recognized by America terrorist group. They expected the mayor of New York
I live
City
in New York. I live in New York,
and
guys, and I could 100% confirm that this is 100% true. Like, motherfuckers in New York really did get mad because Zoran Mandani condemned Hamas. Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, you would think this is like some Looney Tunes, like, SNL skit. It's like dead ass, dude.
say that he's not going to condemn Hamas. That's crazy. There are more non-white Christians worldwide. Oh, I mean, nowadays, Africans love Jesus. They do.
Yeah, Africans love Jesus, dude.
They do not want to hear. You cannot claim moral superiority while excusing a regime that kills and murders women for refusing hijab.
Exactly.
Executes protesters, cuts off the whole nation of 92 million people from the internet, and uses foreign proxies as a distraction from its internal collapse.
Yep, they're funding multiple terrorist groups all around the world.
You cannot pretend to care about Palestinians while ignoring Iranians being shot, tortured, and murdered by the...
Somebody said in chat, they said, idea, don't talk about America-related issues for a week and just Iran. Would these people stop talking about you? They would. They would stop talking about me. They would totally lose interest because it doesn't serve any sort of goal or any ideology they have. No, I think that's a great point. You're right.
Islamic Republic in Iran. That is not solidarity. That is ideological blindness.
Complete ideological capture.
Yeah, dude, that's 100% a fact. Like, unless you meet their ideological goals, like to fulfill those goals, they don't give, they don't give a shit about you. Like, that's exactly what I mean. Like, these people are not fucking human. Like, that shit is crazy to me, chat. Like, the only benefit that I get from making these videos, chat, is that I get to, hopefully within time see these people free. Hopefully, enough people see this. Maybe, Donnie J see this by some wicked luck. And then, boom. That's like best case scenario.
Iranian people are not silent. They are being silenced. And the silence from the Western left, well, that's a choice. A choice to protect an ideology, a choice to excuse Islamism, a choice to look away when millions of people are suffering. Because their suffering, Iranian people's suffering, complicates a slogan. History will remember this moment. It will remember who spoke for universal freedom and who decided that some lives matter less than preserving a narrative. Long live Iran.
Man. How about that? That is crazy. No, wouldn't it would just ship to something stupid like view-botting? Oh, wait, they already did? Yeah, they have. So glad your voices the women of Iran. They literally had the right to away for 20 years. Yeah, of course, right? I mean, obviously. So, yeah, she's completely right about this, 100%. I saw this myself, and I feel like, obviously, I had to talk about it for sure. The chaos in Iran is totally aftershock by Israel and the U.S. for regime change is always their endgame after over a decade of industrial sabotage. Why do you think Iran wanted nuclear weapons to prevent this exact scenario? Yeah, I think he's right. I think the America and Israel does want regime change, but I think it's a good thing. Like, two things can be true at the same time. Maybe the U.S. and Israel are right. Maybe they are. Maybe the regime that kills its own people actually does. Look at this. This is crazy.
I mean, dude, this is what I've been saying since the beginning. Like, if your leaders are killing their own people, dude, they're probably not good leaders.
Oh my god. I don't know if this looks like
Probably
it's an
wouldn't want to live there,
AI-generated
man.
video.
Tell you that much. Like, look at this chat. Like, this either looks like you could confuse this as like a river with like a bunch of like, you know, those paper boats in it with lights in it, like in Japan, like how they do that festival thing. You could either confuse it like that, like a big body of water, or like maybe even like traffic. Like, nah, it's too much to be traffic. Like, dude, maybe even like a zombie. Nah, like, yeah, I was gonna say maybe like zombies or something. Like, dude, this is insane. Like, this is just an insane amount of people, dude. Like, you can't even compare this to anything.
Fuck.
Can you imagine an army this big?
To be fake, right?
There's no way that that's real.
It is? Yeah, I mean, there's no way. I mean, this is incredible, and also like everything's all lit up. I thought they turned out the power, so has to be AI. Yeah, I thought it was. And seriously, considering launching strikes on Iran, why am I not surprised? I think that's obviously what's gonna
they
happen.
should. This
But,
shouldn't even be
you know, again,
seriously
I hope that it doesn't
considering
happen unless
nothing.
it has to
Should
happen.
do
That's
it.
what I've said many times. I'll say it again. He died doing what he loved. Has been killed by the anti-regime protesters.
He died doing what he loved.
Too bad, huh? He was
Said they
responsible for the
found out where he
IRGC
lived and paid him a
troop
visit.
shooting and killing around 10 protesters on January 3rd. The surviving protesters found out where he lived and paid him a home visit. Man.
Yo, that's hilarious. That's
Rip
poetic
bozo.
justice.
Shouldn't
Kill
have
the
done it.
protesters, now the protesters kill
Shouldn't have
you.
done it, shouldn't have been fucking around. And,
Yeah, so now
that's
you're
it.
finding
This is
out,
what's gonna
motherfucker.
happen. Like all of those people, they're gonna kill all of these people. Like this is 100. If they're not, if they don't get out of the country, they're dead. They're 100.
Where's that?
Smoking that weed over there.
Where's that? In St. Thomas? Lake George?
Nah, it's Virgin Islands.
Virgin Islands, Lake George?
Percent dead. They're gonna kill every single one of them, and that's really, I mean, I'm honestly deserved. Totally deserved. These people ran a complete, a total oppressive fascist government that kills their own people. They're massively oppressive.
Yeah, dude, they definitely deserve to get fucking smoked out. Like, what? And if anything, it would be more satisfying to have, you know, the Iranian people be the ones that do it. You guys deserve that pack, you know? Go smoke it. You know, get yourself some grabba. Go find these motherfuckers. You know, roll them up. Smoke that shit.
Totally fucking deserved.
Massive protests against Ayatollah Khomeini and its brutal regime are persisting in Iran.
Ayatollah Khomeini, that's his name. That really sounds like a fucking, you know, like a dictator name.
50%. Food prices surging
50% every year. So like, keep in mind, like it's 50%.
Yeah, dude, that's what you want, dude. You want your shit, you know, your expenses to increase 50% every year, dude. Under this fucking terrorist regime. This is what you fucking want. Oh man. Like, these people don't even know what they be saying sometimes, dude. Like, bro, these people just be protesting anything without even realize what they're protesting for. Like, bro, this is what you want, dude. Like, these people are trying to get free from this shit, and you want this shit over here? Oh, man.
50% times 50% of that times 50% of that. It's insane.
70%. President Trump has warned Khomeini there will be severe consequences if protesters are killed. But the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Iran is threatening to strike U.S. military bases in the Middle East if the U.S. tries to take down the Iranian regime.
Good.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Oh, yeah.
The president on Friday.
Iran's in big trouble. It
Big
looks
trouble.
to me that the people are taking over certain cities that nobody thought were really possible. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts.
As protesters ramped up on Thursday, the Ayatollah dug in by cutting all internet service and international calls inside the country.
Of course he did.
The internet has been out for 60 hours so
Wow.
far, with Iranian officials
Damn.
also trying to
Almost
jam
2
up
days.
Elon Musk's Skylink to further isolate the country. As
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier.
That was Starlink, but okay.
protesters have heeded the call from my next guest,
Mhm.
the exiled Crown Prince of Iran, His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi called on the people.
Listen, you can't expect. I mean, you can't expect a boomer to know what a computer is. You can't get that. They don't understand. It's, you know how it is.
To mobilize and take to the streets
man.
against the authoritarian government. Demonstrators calling for Pahlavi to return and to lead Iran. Pahlavi's father, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, was Shah of Iran from 1941 until 1979, overseeing key modernization initiatives in the country with close ties to both the United States and to Israel. Until the extremists and the terrorists.
Yeah, this is them, Chad. This is what I was talking about.
Forcing the Shah and his wife, Empress Farah Pahlavi, to flee.
The Empress.
And the Ayatollah to return from exile. Iran then shifted overnight from a U.S. allied monarchy to an anti-Western Islamic regime, soon to become the largest state sponsor of terrorism, funding Hezbollah and Hamas, among other groups. President Trump.
That's, I think, one of the big things that people don't get is that they pay other people to cause terrorism all around the area.
Yeah, you're really gonna see them involved in it.
Look at the actions of Iran.
They'll usually pay people to do it.
No, there's a lot more to it beyond that.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio posting this weekend on social media that the U.S. stands with the people of Iran, with the president writing this is not the Obama administration when it comes to standing up to the Iranian Ayatollah and his religious Nazi henchmen, and standing behind the people of Iran protesting for a better life. The president retweeted that tweet from Lindsey Graham, who will be joining me momentarily. To the regime leadership, Graham wrote, your brutality against...
If Iran falls, do you think it'll be unironic peace in the Middle East? I think it will be... mostly. Like, I mean, you're I mean, obviously, like, just because there were, like, mostly. It's a lot closer, yeah. I mean, it depends on what happens after that. There'll be a massive hit, yeah.
The great people of Iran will not go unchallenged. Join me now in this Sunday Morning Futures exclusive in the middle of these calls to return to power and free the
What they should do, I think, after as soon as this regime falls, they need to just completely go after all these terrorist groups with no restrictions. Just go after every single one of them. Every foot soldier, every mid-level
100%.
guy, every person in leadership, totally evaporate them. Because that way they don't have time to recover, they don't have time to find new sponsors, they don't have time to do anything. Totally get rid of them.
To totally get rid of them. Just delete them.
They should.
Crown Prince of Iran, Reza Pahlavi. Your Highness, thank you so much
Do you
for
think
being
they'll
here
collapse on their
this
own?
morning.
No. They'll just become more extreme.
We have seen other times when the people have risen up, but it feels different this time. You called for the people to mobilize for
It
2
just
straight
feel
nights.
different. 100% is and looks different
Does it feel
too.
different? Assess for us what is taking place this weekend in Iran.
Yeah, let this guy say what he has to say, champ.
Maria, to put it into perspective, in the last 48 hours, Iranians have suffered more casualties than America did after the 9/11 attack.
Yeah.
This is a moment.
Because I think also, like, people are saying, like, oh, it wasn't that many. Do you really think that they're accurately able to, because, like, I mean, let's just use some logic here. Do you think that the oppressive, murderous regime is killing protesters all the time? Yeah, they are. Iran has like 80, 90 million people in it. Do you think they've killed more than 3,000 people? Yeah, I bet they
most
have.
certainly. Indubitably.
I bet they have, for sure. And the amounts that's being reported, do you think it's accurate? I don't think so.
Some like Diddler Booty Johnson
so
shit.
it's probably even worse. There's a very, very high probability that as soon as they cut the internet, they start
Some
killing
Diddler
way more
Booty
of them.
Jackson shit.
You just think about this logically.
That is defining. Despite being
Last night,
completely
2,000,
cut off from the
5,000?
world, internet
Probably.
shut down, and for a regime that is massacring its own people,
yep.
This is an opportunity to liberate that
Some
nation. Remember,
Diddy Booty Diddler.
that hate America
Diddy Booty Diddler
also
shit.
hate their own people.
That's true.
And this is an opportunity to help a nation that starves for liberty, that starves to be...
You see, chat? That wasn't me just being fucking mean, dude. Like, the Shah himself is literally saying that this regime literally fucking hates its own people, dude. This is fucking true, dude. You don't enslave your own people, force them to wear, like, this fucking identity-stealing, like, outfit that makes everybody look like, you know, like they're trying to hide who they are or some shit, you know, just only your face out and everything. Like, fuck that, dude. Wear whatever you want, bro. You know?
Rejoin with the free world and to have the same relationship that we had with America before this revolution occurred, to liberate.
Like the big JC do not care what you are wearing, dude. I mean, obviously, if you're like butt booty naked all the time, or like, you know, you just be wearing revealing shit, that's another story. But you know, you don't care what you're fucking wearing, dude.
Specific media groups report just 60 to 80 people. We know it's a lot.
Like if you're dressing like a woman of the night, you know, obviously.
It's so obvious.
You know?
And come back to the fold and contribute to world peace and stability, regionally and beyond.
Now, Your Highness, you have called for the opportunity to become the transitional leader. You've said many times with me on this program, you are hoping to be a transitional leader. What is your plan in that transition? What would the first 100 days look like? Because we know that these protests are economic in nature. They are about food and life and democracy second.
Yeah,
of course. So it should be.
I'm a fighter pilot.
Because you can't have democracy without fucking food and life. You need to be alive and be, you know, well to even worry about
I'm here to lead and
all
help
that
our
shit.
nation go through that transition. But beyond liberation, we have to have a plan for a stable, smooth transition, a plan that, unlike other scenarios we witness in our neighborhood, like the de-Baathification in Iraq, will not lead to chaos. We have to ensure stability. We have to be able to protect the citizenry. We have to be able to stabilize the economy. And for that, we have very comprehensive plans. I'm helped by a number.
I'm glad that he has that. And I think that he's right that, and she's right to ask the question, is that, yeah, very clearly, if there isn't like an epic economic solution for this planned, then
that's fucked,
it's just
man.
going to replace
Yeah,
this group of terrorists with another group of terrorists, basically. Because people
You're just swapping out
that's the real
Terrys
reason
for
why
some
they
more
went crazy
Terrys.
is because of money.
Of economists, scientists, jurists, and specialists in every field, so we can in fact address
Don't
all
want
of
another
these
ISIS?
issues the
Yeah,
moment
exactly.
the opportunity comes. More importantly is what we're doing right now. As you can see, people are still fighting despite this crackdown. They hope that there will be
Of course they will.
assistance in protecting them from further bloodshed. I've called upon further strikes, and that's beginning to unfold. We're beginning to see more and more defections, which is very important as part of the transition.
Yeah,
So-
that's a huge thing, because as soon as the military realizes that they're going to lose, like one way or another, you're going to see tons of them roach out. Like, I think that religious zealotry is really
They're gonna
powerful,
roach out.
but whenever you're facing imminent destruction and the death of not just you, but your family too, I think a lot of people can see reason.
Yeah.
I do. I think a lot of them will see
Yeah.
reason. They're going to say, you know what? This doesn't look like a good idea.
All of this is at play as we speak.
Self-preservation?
You
Yeah, exactly.
have tweeted directly at President Trump, and you have a message for President Trump. What is that message, sir?
Mr. President, you have already established your legacy as a man committed to peace and fighting evil forces. There is a
Yeah,
reason why
yeah,
people in
hell
Iran
yeah.
are renaming streets after your name. They
Yeah,
know
people
that
in
the
Iran are
total
literally
opposite to Barack
renaming
Obama or
streets in
Joe
Trump's
Biden.
name. That's fucking wild, dude.
Oh, playing into the orange.
And this is
man
the
ego.
Shah himself
Oh,
confirming
you
this.
Karen fucking teen.
The
This
Shah.
place is gonna get
This
blown
ain't
the
like some
fuck up.
TikTok video or
Yeah.
nothing. This is the Shah doing the interview.
As they have had before.
Exclusive
This
on
is
Fox.
move.
On
Yeah.
This
Fox.
time they are empowered by the hope that you have their back. Your words of solidarity with the Iranian people and the rest of the world. And this will happen because, unlike this regime, this is the commitment of a nation.
Are you
Yeah,
willing
this is
to
like
make
the whole
the
nation,
commitment
dude.
to
Sick of this
free
shit.
and
It's not just a
fair
group of people
elections
anymore.
after the
This
transition?
is literally
Sir,
the whole
how
nation.
long
No,
are
we're
you
gonna rig 'em.
expecting a transition to take, and what happens then?
So,
Oh man, Chad. I'll make a. Hold on. Alright, Chad, I'm gonna chop this up into 2 parts. So, hold on, let me fucking. I'm gonna like this shit. Alright, guys. I will catch you in part 2. But yeah, before I go, make sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe. Go check out Business Basics and Aspen. And also, biggest part, you know, before you know, get on to part 2, Yeah, go. Make sure you guys stay tuned with all the. Not even stay tuned to me, but just stay tuned to the Iran shit, guys. You know. Make sure you don't let that shit be silenced. You know, if the media won't talk about it, make sure you do it. But anyways, alright guys, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in part 2.